Facebook Live. And we're live now on Facebook.
How about that?
Yes, we're live once again. Here we are with Judith Light, the very talented and Lifetime Achievement Award winner. Congratulations so much.
Thank you very much. I'm very honored.
You had a lot of great things to say in your acceptance speech. One of them that just kept sticking with me, and I actually wrote it down, was that the program was as rigorous and exacting as theater itself.
That's right.
That at one point you realized that it wasn't just theater, it was life.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, when I was coming here, that's what it said in the brochure. It said this program is as rigorous and exacting as theater itself. And one of the things that I said and when I was speaking tonight is that I never forgot it. And it's one of the things that stayed with me forever, because when I came, this was Carnegie Tech. It was not Carnegie Mellon University.
You'll see in the tweet we said Carnegie Tech to her.
Oh, great, thank you. And what I was so struck by was the fact that they were teaching us discipline, and they were teaching us perseverance, and they were teaching us all these qualities that a lot of us had come into the school with, that we had our own talent, but we were living in a place that the mechanisms that we had developed over time before we came to the school were all about, we're the most talented in our community. We're the greatest one who's gonna make it. You know, and we're all of 15, 16 years old. And what they were doing was they were trying to teach us about life. And that was the thing that I realized that was the most important and the most valuable to me. But it wasn't until I flipped it around for myself that I said, they're not just talking to me about the theater. They're not talking to me about my career. They're talking to me about my life and who I'm going to be and how I'm going to be in the world and what kind of person I'm going to be. Mm-hmm. And that became much more of the overall context for me of my study here at Carnegie.
And what an important lesson to this being commencement weekend as well for the soon-to-be alumni to hear. Now, you also said that you came here over the summer because of a theater educator, a teacher that you had.
Yes, my Ruth Strand was her name, and she was really supportive of me. She was also the head of the drama club, and I was president of the drama club, and this was in high school. And she said, I'm reading this brochure, and I think you should go there, and I think you should study during the summer, between your junior and senior year. And she was absolutely right. I mean, it was one of the most important things that I could have done. But it was because I had a teacher who cared about me, who took me under her wing, who nurtured me, who supported me. And when you have arts education, what you end up having is the learning about our society. We learn about our culture. We learn how to understand our psychology. There are a lot of young people out there who do not play basketball or soccer or lacrosse or swim team, but they are in the arts, and their arts education is making available to them a conversation changer. It changes not only the conversation, but it changes the culture, and subsequently it changes the world. So if we don't keep our arts education, I think we will be diminished in many ways as a society.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. We don't want to keep you any longer, but I just want everyone, we know Judith as such an amazing actress, but the things that you do for the community, for the LGBT community, fighting AIDS, it's so important, and we so appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, the LGBTQ community has been my inspiration on a lot of levels because of the way that they operated, from the highest level of human nature during the height of the AIDS pandemic. This was a group of people who were inspirational in the way they were working and operating and dealing with being treated as spoken about in ways that were divisive and cruel, and the discount was so powerful to this community. And I watched the way they operated, and I watched people like Elizabeth Taylor take on this mantle and speak truth to power. and say there are 2 presidents who will not mention this word. And I watched the lesbian community come to the aid of their gay brothers, and I said, I want to be working in a community like that. I want to be part of that community. And it's been a real honor and a privilege for me to be a part of that for such a long time, and the advocacy for that.
Well, thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for sitting down with us.
Absolutely.
Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the rest of the night.
Thanks.